So breaking news, everyone. Apparently, Steven just let this loose. He got raped by Aziz Ansari, and Dylan says that he let it happen.
No.
Dylan, do you want to defend your misogynistic viewpoint?
No.
All right then. Welcome to Circle Sharks. This is episode 2 of the new season, boys. Yeah. We're bringing the spoofs, the goofs, the laughs, the gaps, the gooks. It's all here.
I'll kill him.
How many times do you think
Dylan, why are you currently sitting above me right now? I don't feel comfortable.
Because
he can make it more.
He's right at the
Don't tempt him.
He's the Black Panther. Or should I say his mortal enemy, the White Panther. Still better than slightly more purple Black Panther. Which is his canon name, I might add.
Yes. Slightly more purple Black Panther.
Yes, it really rolls off the tongue. Just like Kathy's pussy.
To answer your question, Chase, this is the natural state of things.
I will sack tap you right now and have you sitting on the fucking floor.
I'll give you an eye tap.
No.
Okay, that's just fine. Okay.
So, I think Chase was the only one that hadn't heard of the Aziz Ansari thing, right?
I believe so, yes.
What the fuck? Okay,
So,
what did this dude do?
He didn't do anything.
What did
So,
the white dude
here's
do?
what happened. Basically, he went out with this girl, took her to dinner, brought her back to his place. She blew him.
Okay.
Then she was like, I really don't feel comfortable with having sex right now. So they went off to the couch. He's like, that's fine, whatever. We'll just, watch some Netflix or something. She blows him again. And then still says, I don't want to have sex. And then apparently she was like, oh, all you men are the same or something, and then left, and then wrote this story to some newspaper about how it was the most terrifying night of her life or something.
She really milked it. It was pretty rough.
In what fucking world was Aziz forcing anything on this chick? You voluntarily blew this guy twice, and then he didn't force you to have sex. How is that harassment in the slightest?
I think
I just don't understand what logical argument she could have.
She's.
You know what I mean?
There is none. She's fucking batshit insane.
That's.
I heard it was.
Well, in that case, I totally believe it now.
Oh, let's get spicy.
Oh God!
I'll kill it.
I'll help.
Okay.
He'll kill it, all right.
Yeah.
He'll douse the fire.
I feel like that's just. Oh God.
It's like revenge porn for girls. This is hurting his career because you're
a dumbass.
A fucking cunt.
A dumbass who okay, so it's stupid for her to say that, one, because the things that happened were done of her own accord. You know what I mean? So, and now, if she had, blown him a couple times and they're no, I don't want it, but then he got, not rapey, but,
if he got super handsy.
First off,
that's different.
Even if he did that, I would say, he was kind of in the right. Not if he was, pinning her down, penetrating her.
Now,
but,
not
it'd be fair.
in
It would be
right.
fair to expect something out of this chick that blew you twice.
Okay,
okay, she probably wants to have sex. I think that's fair. But even that didn't happen.
You can't blow a guy
even
twice
that didn't happen.
and then not have sex and then say he forced something on you.
Right. It's like the ultimate blue ball.
I don't know. That's just. I'm tired of all this shit happening. I honestly, just because it's
Can we just purge the feminists?
No, it's
put them in a camp and
Well, if that's the case, then we're gonna lose Ethan and Justin.
That's fun.
Okay.
I'm
glad that
Justin's not a
Are you
feminist.
shitting me?
Justin's
I knew Ethan,
Justin's
but Justin?
not. No. He's just a liberal. He's not that far gone.
That is very true.
Ooh,
It's actually
that ought to be a long beep, Steven.
That's fine. That's fine.
What
Nick stays here.
What it is, it's just.
Yes. Yo, he's been possessed by that harrowing, the Will Byers harrowing. It's really fucking him up.
What's been going on with Nick? Have you like?
He knocked up Angela.
Yeah, I know that. But...
No, I mean he got a new job, and
right.
You know, he's working there, and
right,
that's where he is tonight. He had to
I
close.
just haven't seen him. So.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
He's just working.
Now, did he like get more money to go to 54th Street?
Oh yeah,
he's a manager.
He's effectively doubling his income by doing that.
Oh shit, well,
Okay.
that's good. I don't blame him. Then.
Yeah, he needed that.
That's
I mean,
good.
having a kid.
Right?
Yeah.
Is he working at the one up in Arnold? That's the closest one I know of.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Anyway, back to sexual assault.
Oh my God.
So okay.
We should all go up there and fuck with him.
Yeah, we should sexually assault
Literally
Nick, dude.
assault him,
We
yes.
should rape him in front of everyone. So then, he won't have his authority for his underlings.
Yeah.
It'll undermine him.
And then when we leave, all the customers will be
And you
insane.
know what? Then we'll write into the New York Times and talk about how he sexually harassed us.
This is a double win.
Ooh. That was a double penetration.
Uh-huh.
Okay, anyway, what I was going to say was back in college, in my frat days, we had to have this guy come in
What a prick.
for, like, an insurance thing. He was, like, one of the head people from, headquarters of the chapter or whatever.
Yeah.
And he came to talk to us about sexual harassment.
Harassment?
And so this was the scenario that he gave us that was absolute bullshit.
Is it tea?
Is it tea?
Okay.
Like iced tea?
No, like, okay,
Yeah.
finish what you're saying, and then I'll tell you about, like, a similar situation that they did with us for track whenever I was in college.
Okay. So the scenario was that this girl came back to the guy's dorm room or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She started writing him. Then they were both drunk. She goes off and, passes out. And apparently the guy, like, had sex with her anyway. Which is fucked, right? But the guy was like, okay, can anyone tell us where this girl gave consent? And, it was a trick question because obviously, she's fucking passed out. But I rose my hand. I was like, when she was writing him.
Oh my God.
I'm like, listen, obviously she would. Obviously it was wrong for him to have sex with her after she passed out. But, it was gonna happen.
Counter question. How did and when did he give consent?
Oh, boy.
Exactly. This is the fucking double standard.
Oh boy.
With
Oh boy.
all the fucking feminist shit, they want to be treated equal, all this bullshit. And yet, there's all these double standards where guys get fucked because girls have the upper hand. Like, if both of them are drunk and then they have sex, the girl wakes up and regrets it the next morning, she can say that she was raped, and then that guy's like out of college,
Like,
his life
don't
is
even have
over.
to prove anything.
True,
I hate this power that they fucking have over them, and no one like questions it. Think about
and then they get pissed too when you say that they have a power over you. Like,
right.
like that's an issue too.
That's such a
We can't
that's such
win.
a patriarchal
It's sexist.
thing.
It's sexist, is what it is.
Yeah,
And if you
it
try and
is.
stand up
Feminists
to it,
are the ultimate sexists.
if you're trying to stand up against them on it, then you get,
And you're, just the worst.
yeah.
You're a misogynist.
Yeah.
No, I'm just not done.
Misogynist pig.
We need to reestablish the patriarchy.
Yes.
we need to settle out in Utah and make our own deal and have multiple
Yeah,
wives
and I'll have like 6
that we
wives,
lord over.
6 wives
Okay, I
minimum.
don't
Yes.
know if I want 6 wives. Like,
Yeah, that sounds like literal
Chase
hell.
tons of white bitches.
that's 6
That's
headaches
true.
sometimes.
That
so.
is 6 headaches. He
Oh,
is
we'll make
not
their
wrong.
headache.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
Thump, thump, thump.
I love
Who got that Gucci? Who got that
like, like, okay, imagine if you will, your girlfriend. You have 6 wives, right?
No.
I don't want 6 wives.
No, imagine.
I'm just saying.
Just imagine if you will. You have 6 wives.
okay.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And you.
They all have to be separate in different cubicles, or else this will be wrong.
I was about to say-
this will go terribly wrong.
I was about to say you live in a
Is he a
similar.
Muslim?
yeah,
area.
they can't be allowed to conspire against
They're
each
fucking.
other.
Their fucking periods sync up.
Oh, no.
You got to deal with 6
Okay,
women
that's-
on their period
no.
at one time.
That's when you lock them in a padded room.
Like,
That's when you get Will
Toss food
You
in
get
under
Will
the door.
Byers to come in and eat cake in front of them.
I can deal with one woman on her period at a time. I can't deal with 6. I can't deal with 6. That's too much. That's too much. Yeah.
Thoughts on eating out girls on their period?
No.
No.
I'm
You
done.
know they have a term for that?
Blood
Yeah,
sucking.
splitting the Red Sea.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Someone else
Call
said,
me Moses.
Someone else said it's when you get your red wings.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
that's
that
it.
one. That was sick, dude.
Sick.
The
I
worst
mean,
part,
if it was
the worst
like-
part
if it
about
was
it
like-
was that the worst part about it was that the person who told me that
Was your
like,
mom?
No. She was like a well-known lesbian at a place that I worked at before,
Ooh.
and we were just like,
If it was like
Was she hot?
gushing out,
No.
if it was like a waterfall of blood, that'd be one thing. But like if there isn't much of a flow, you know.
Chases
Except
really
if you do
past
it, you have to
moments.
come up and be like, "I've come to suck your blood."
Oh my god. I don't know
I've
if she
come
would
to
laugh
fuck
at
your
you
blood.
or- I don't know if she would laugh at you or punch you at that point.
Is
It could
this-
go either way. It
is
could
this
go
See,
either
like
way.
old school Dracula.
Is this some foreplay that my brother came home and like told you about or some shit?
Yeah, he
No, this isn't what he.
No, he
at
left
one
the
point,
house.
He was an angry lumberjack.
He
And
left-
then there was a
that.
running joke that he was an angry pipe fitter.
I know about that.
No, he left the house dressed like Count Chocula one night.
Blah,
Blah, blah, blah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Have you ever seen that shippage stuff? Like this guy named Shippage and he does like the Pokemon starters or whatever. He makes like what he did is he animated Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander.
Fucking.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, at one point.
Oh.
No.
I was joking.
You're 2 for 2 tonight.
I am.
Yeah, you're solid on
That
that.
is sketchy as hell.
And Angelina Jolie's in it.
We need to.
She's Squirtle.
Yeah, because she squirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue with the
Actually,
story.
And then
no.
Chris is Charmander because he's a
He's a
flamer.
flamer.
Yeah.
No, okay, they have this Halloween episode where they have to go into the haunted house at Lavender Town or whatever.
Okay.
And like there's the haunter who's like, you know, strategically trying to scare these guys all
Okay.
over. And then there's this fucking retarded Ghastly who just keep popping out of everywhere. It's just like bleh! Like they'll be walking and then out of yeah, exactly. Like they'll be walking and then just like out of a corner go bleh!
At what point do you go, dude, the fuck?
No, like after
Stop.
like after the first time and he did it a second or third time, they're just like, dude, stop. And then like the haunter tried to do his thing, and like they're just like, this is getting old. And then like Haunter was really getting to him, and he was like about to like scare the living shit out of him. And then all of a sudden, I know you hear bleh! And like they jump scared at that, and you're just like, you fucking asshole.
But the real question is,
Yeah.
was this Ghastly's name Rick Ghastly?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Is this like that stupid fucking thing with like the Tower of Terror, that video that Steven was on about?
Oh my
for
god,
forever?
David has fucking pumpkins.
You mean
Yes.
the Twin Towers
Yeah.
were faked video?
Yeah.
You know that was CGI'd
Oh my god.
by George Lucas.
It was real.
If you zoom in at just the right spot, Jar Jar's there.
It's actually real. Jar Jar is real.
Okay, is that okay?
And he is a part of the Taliban.
He's the leader of the Taliban.
He was Osama.
He is Osama. He's not dead.
He is ISIS.
So
They're all Gungans.
is that
That's why we haven't found them.
Yeah.
is that whole thing about him being like the Sith Lord behind everything?
That's some bullshit, is what that is.
No, but Lucas actually planned that. And then Jar Jar was so poorly received that he had to rewrite everything and actually make Count Dooku a thing.
Yeah. Because I can
kidding
see
me?
it.
No, Yoda was supposed to fight Jar Jar in episode 2. Yeah, he was pretending to be a dumbass.
Like, I could see that being the thing, though, because, like, I watched a video and they made solid points. How, like, Jar Jar, like, was fucking hovering over Palpatine all the fucking time. He was always around Chancellor Palpatine whenever stuff, like, happened.
Kind of. He was a senator.
He convinced everybody in the Senate to give Palpatine...
He was
all-
above Palpatine.
Yeah. Well, like, they're thinking that it went Palpatine, and then fucking Jar Jar. Jar Jar was like the mastermind.
apprentice.
Yeah. No. They were saying Palpatine was the apprentice, and Jar Jar was above Palpatine.
I've never heard that. That would be an awful twist.
Because, like, you gotta...
Because, I mean, Palpatine was the mastermind from the original trilogy. To have Jar Jar above that would undermine everything.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's George Lucas.
Yeah.
True.
This makes perfect sense.
Still better than Ryan Johnson, am I right?
Kill yourself.
No.
What else were we going to talk about?
Didn't you have something you wanted?
Oh, yeah. You had a story.
Yeah. So, on a radio station that I really enjoy listening to, some of you guys might, I'm not sure.
The point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other morning, they
Good
were,
myth
you
for
know
morning?
how they'll, like, someone will say something and it just, like, explodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to see if I doubt it will explode because we're not, like, older men who have issues.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But,
Speak for yourself.
so one of the guys, shut up. One of the guys said that they use paper plates, like,
to masturbate.
paper plates, cups, silverware, like, probably, like, a good 90% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Right, okay, so I was like, okay,
Hold up.
that's kind of weird, but okay, like, they have regular dishes,
Uh-huh.
but they use their paper plates to eat off of because if you use, their argument was if you use regular dishes as well as cook, you don't have room for everything in your dishwasher.
Shut the fuck
okay.
That's
up.
literally,
I'm-
okay, so that
Okay,
was Trico's
okay.
argument.
What?
Because he uses paper plates literally like all the time. And then Riz is like, no, you never use paper. The only time you ever use paper is when you have kids at the house or if there's too many people for your regular plates.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then it
Yes.
turned into him calling Patrico a big ass Hoosier. So he called him Mr. China, Mr. Fine China or whatever. They were like yelling at each other on live radio
Okay.
about
All right.
how, like using paper plates. Like I was like, is that a big deal to people? Like, what,
Yes.
I mean,
I don't buy paper plates, but like I also don't think that they're like a complete
It's
waste
just
of
wasteful.
money.
It's wasteful to use just like normally if it's just like you.
Right, if you're just using paper all the time, that's obnoxious and stupid.
Yeah.
I mean,
But,
I'm not gonna say that I use them all the time, but if I have them in the house, like, and I don't feel like washing dishes sometimes, yeah, I'm gonna fucking use the paper plate. Like, I
Right,
don't.
and that's fine, but like,
Look, all I'm gonna say is anyone that uses a paper plate is a Nazi. And a misogynist.
Okay, you have the look
Okay.
of it. Okay, so I don't want to.
So I know.
You have the look of it and the personality
I know.
of it.
Oh,
So
thanks.
I'm not. I'm.
You know what? The Nazis were very organized people. I'll take that as a compliment. They were very systematic about things.
That is very true.
They knew how to run a government.
They knew how to run something.
Let's go with
Yeah.
no. Let's go with no.
Death camps, yes.
Because that worked out so well.
I mean,
Well,
they
they-
killed a lot of
they-
Jews.
they
They were
kinda
pretty,
did.
They were
They
pretty
did about it.
effective,
because
yeah.
they didn't get caught.
Oh shit.
Yeah, oh, I've gotten away from it too.
If it weren't for you,
It
meddling
wasn't for you
kids.
meddling
stupid
allies.
And your stupid America.
It's like Peter scared you.
What is this shit? Oh my god.
I'm
So,
sorry, Chase.
you said that to me the other day.
Oh my
Basically,
god.
Dylan just showed me a picture of this black dude that has, I don't even know what the disease is, where your skin becomes mottled and you have like
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
yeah, you have like a moo cow pattern on your on your skin.
It's a pigment
Mike-
disorder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson actually had it.
Oh yeah, that's why he bleached his skin.
Yeah.
Oh,
But,
really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. He just went for the whole look.
Yeah.
But what I sent back to Dylan after he sent that to me was this character that I made like years ago.
Oh my god.
And it was after they had like this show. They had this show on like ABC or like TLC or one of those bullshit liberal stations or whatever. And it was basically about this dad who decided to become trans and the effects that had on his teenage son and everything.
Right.
I was like, how fucked do you have to be? Like, how selfish do you have to be as a parent to do that? Not only like during the time that your kid is discovering who they are
Right,
sexually,
and like developing and shit like,
like-
that. Still not so much physically anymore, but like mentally and like who they're gonna.
well, that's
be.
like prime time, like, you know, puberty time.
Right.
Yeah.
like, and this is your male role model. You don't know what the fuck he is anymore. So I mean,
Dad, what? I mean, what are you?
Mom, Dad. So I came up with this character, and it's basically this. He decided to become transracial as well as transgender. He was transgender in the sense that he just got breast implants, but he got like a dick enlargement as well. So it's like hanging out of his short shorts.
I think I have a picture.
Yeah,
of
he
this.
like wants to show it off to everyone. He gets Asian eyes. He converts to Islam, and he has like a ginger afro, and he has that modeled like black-white skin, and so and he has a shirt that says "Number One Dad."
Oh my god.
Here he is. Here he is.
Yeah, there he is. He's holding a
Oh my
Quran.
god. I don't even have words for that. I have no.
That's incredible.
That is a typical Zach thought.
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
I think I'm gonna try to work that into a Dr. Dingy episode. I'm gonna pitch that next. Did you guys actually watch the? I think I posted it in the circle.
Yeah, I never got to watch
episode
it.
6.
I don't think I ever got to
Oh
watch
my god! I pitched my boss the George Bush Senior scenario we came up with, and he loved it so much we made a whole entire episode out of it.
God.
It was good.
Yeah, I pray to God and go to church so I don't watch Dr.
You're already like guaranteed to go to hell. You might as well. The things we've done.
Speak for yourself.
Well, you weren't involved in the Cody semi-truck
Oh my
scenario.
god, dude.
So you might still be alright.
Is this the one? Is this the episode I missed
I
that you
think
guys
so.
that you guys like are guaranteed to go to hell for?
Yeah.
We killed a lot of retards.
Yeah,
that episode.
I
That
definitely was
sounds
not
like
here for him. I was definitely not here for
You
that
were
one.
saved.
Yeah, you guys.
Yeah, it turned into Zach broadsiding retards off the side of a cliff with a semi. It was pretty bad.
What?
It was funny you
Yeah.
didn't know
They
it.
missed the most vital one. I'm
And
still
then the
here.
goat scream.
What?
The hellish goat scream.
Oh my god, you guys are
I see why they're going to hell.
fucking terrible. God.
Here's something that we can talk about.
Okay.
Al Qaeda.
Yeah, pros and cons of Al Qaeda. What do you guys think?
Well, pros, you get 72 virgins.
That is very true.
Are you my virgins?
Oh,
I hope not.
Why would you
There's a
want?
bunch of ugly ass guys out there.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Chance?
Why would you want that?
72
not?
virgins?
Yes.
You didn't say they had to stick around. It could be a hit it and quit it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a paradise.
Okay, I guess. I don't know. That's just
They can be born again.
They don't
virgins.
have to talk.
so pretty much a sex cult.
Right.
Yeah, but not.
They'd be like some kind of Silent Hill commodity where they have like it's like seared shut.
They like David Koresh.
Who's that? I know the name.
Waco
Who is
guy?
that? The Waco, Texas guy?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know his name.
Who
Okay, that's-
married like girls as young as like 14.
yeah, that's funny.
Well,
Yeah.
that was like the thing back in the day, though. Like way back.
That was not a
that was not
thing.
that long ago.
Like ever in America.
No, that was like 60s, 70s, I thought.
It was.
Yeah.
That wasn't a thing. He like brainwashed the parents into like signing their children to him for
Yeah.
like to marry.
He's like a Charles Manson type.
Literally, he modeled his whole like cult following off of Charles Manson.
Oh, did he? I didn't
Was
know
that
that.
the dude that
He
took
used the
everybody
same-
down to Venezuela?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
So he's not the Kool-Aid guy? Okay.
No, that was Jim Jones.
No, yeah. Jim Jones.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, David Koresh had like a group of people hiding out in the desert. Like,
Yeah.
and he used the same tactics as Charles Manson basically to like get followers and like use people.
Yeah. While we're talking about Al Qaeda, just a little side tangent before I get into the previous thing. I was talking about this with Jared. We were talking about how there's a Reddit called r/watch people die. I've never been on it. That's like legitimate videos of people getting killed. And he was telling me about this video before I get to the Al Qaeda one about how this guy was like terminally ill or something, and so he chose the way he wanted to go out, and he wanted to be like lifted down into this river that was infested with piranhas and be eaten alive. And this guy was stripped like in seconds, obviously.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that was pretty insane.
Why would you?
That sounds like one of the most painful ways I could possibly.
Oh no, you'd be dead before you would be dead before you would even feel anything.
Okay, but if you're starting, was he starting from the head or from the feet?
I don't know where the piranha. No, he was like just laying down and lifted down.
Okay, I wasn't sure what your definition of lifted down was.
Yeah,
because
I thought
if he starts with his feet.
No. It's just like a full body thing.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I was about to say if he started, I was imagining the feet too. I was like, if you do that, you could.
Would that be though?
It'd be seconds. He'd be stripped. He'd be stripped before your nerves could catch up to what was happening. He would be in shock, definitely.
It would definitely suck ass.
I would.
He'd be fine.
I don't think. I can't even imagine like trying to think of a way to like.
I told you,
fucking retard.
You can't save it.
You dumbass.
Why did you break this thing?
I didn't.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine like thinking of the way you want to die. I don't think I could. I don't think I could think of like this is how I want to go exactly. And I want you to do this to me because, like,
I would want to go out in a blaze of glory in Waco, Texas.
You would.
All right, let's go.
Okay, another side tangent. What were we talking about?
Al
Qaeda, Texas.
Oh, okay, no. Another side tangent about like people choosing how they want to go out. I don't think I brought this up on the podcast. I think I might have brought it up with Dylan before. But there was this guy, I think in Europe, who put out like a Craigslist ad or something. He wanted to have his dick chopped off and eat it. And then he wanted the other guy to cannibalize his entire body. Like chop off different parts of his limbs and eat them.
This is weird.
That guy was European.
He was also transgender.
That's just weird.
Yeah, that was fucked.
I saw like I think I was watching a First 48 or something like that about this guy who actually like he envisioned how he was gonna die for the longest time and actually paid somebody to murder him exactly how he wanted to die and everything like that. And like I got a question about that. Like if somebody were to ask you to commit that crime, is that still a crime? Like
you would at least have to get like very well documented, like on tape, like this guy says it, and like get legal documents drawn up and everything.
Yeah, because I feel like if you have like all that documentation,
I'm surprised that's not like a service right now.
It probably is.
Like how much retarded shit. Well, like
a suicide booth from Futurama.
Right, but like
why are we on that dish?
Like there's a box at the end. Do you want it to seem like an accident to you or not?
Check.
You know what I mean?
But even
I hope that's never a thing.
I really that if
like would you be surprised if it was?
No.
Yes.
Honestly, I think that's probably a thing.
I'd be surprised that the U.S. government would allow that.
I wouldn't.
I'm not surprised that people would want it.
Population control.
Okay, give it 20 years when these people doing the Tide Pod Challenge can run for office.
Oh my god.
At that point in time, I would not be surprised.
President Lucas.
Oh my god.
President Nathan.
Oh, even worse.
President Mike.
President Obama?
I don't know. He kind of did some okay things.
Yeah, even with that, his second term would still be superior to the original. Anyway, okay, the people die. We're like going backwards in the inception of tangents that we've been on. The r/watch people die. There's like a bunch of. I've never watched any of these, but there's a bunch of like ISIS ones, like of them beheading people, and then also of like the IUD ones where they're like sending down missiles to kill these ISIS soldiers. And there's one where like the guy like. They see the planes coming. They're trying to outrun them, and they realize we're not gonna make it. So they just get down on their knees and start praying. Well, one of the guy's buddies gets taken out by the missile, and the other guy like realizes, God's not on our side, and just starts trying to book it. And you can just like see the exact moment where his faith is obliterated.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good.
Oh my Allah.
Dude, that was deep as shit. You can see the moment where his faith is obliterated.
He's like, fuck, this is all bullshit. Okay. So the original thing I was going to talk about.
Oh my God,
We're
dude,
finally here.
Okay.
We're finally here. There was something that Hayden posted on Facebook. Hayden, Justin's ex-girlfriend. And it was about, have you guys heard of the gay wedding cake thing?
Which one? There's a few.
I don't know, but it's like this. It's like this whole thing where this gay couple went into.
Was it some people that were like turned away from a bakery for whatever reason?
They went into the bakery and they wanted a wedding cake done for their gay wedding. They were a gay couple. The owner was a Christian dude, and he's like, "I can't make this for you. You know, it goes against my religion." He's like, "I can make you other cakes, but I'm not. I can't use my services to make a cake that will be used in a service that goes against what I believe."
Yeah.
And so Hayden posted this thing, liked by of course, that was basically like, is a picture of a doctor. And I was like, could you imagine if a doctor refused to serve people that were religious because he's atheist?
Yeah, it happens all the time.
No? What are you talking about?
All of them.
How does that happen all the time?
All of them.
It's called a Hippocratic oath.
Anyways.
Anyway, thoughts? Because I already obliterated her on Facebook. She didn't respond to it. But what are your thoughts? Like, is the business owner in the right in this scenario?
I mean, it's his business. He can do with it whatever the hell he wants.
Thank you.
Screw it.
Thank you.
They can find another baker somewhere.
Yeah, the idea that this gay couple could not find a place that would make a wedding cake in like a mile vicinity of this place, like, shut the fuck up. You're gonna try to ruin this guy's life and business because he wouldn't make you a cake for your gay wedding.
And
how
like
fucking
okay, but like conversely, like if they don't want like a regular cake from this guy, they want
a
I'm
penis
being
cake,
facetious, but
a
like a
penis
gay
cake.
cake for their gay wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to say it, but like the fact that it's not like he's like, no, fuck you guys, you're gay, I'm not doing it. He was like, it kind of seems like he respectfully declined, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so like,
and they just had this big bitch fit about it.
Right. So what happens if like, I don't know, like it.
What I said is like, what if you owned a cake business and someone came in and wanted you to make Trump cakes or like Nazi cakes or KKK cakes all day or something
cakes.
that was like completely antithetical to your entire belief system?
Right.
Should you be forced to make that?
No.
No, and that's secular. That's not even a religious thing.
Right.
Also, I said that the freaking doctor, that they were rejecting to use their service for these people based on the fact that they're religious. That's discrimination. It's not discrimination. This guy didn't reject them because they're gay. Right. They rejected them because of the subject matter of it.
Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, is inherently because they're gay, but that's not the reason.
Right,
you know.
But it's, you know.
It's one thing if he's like, you faggots get out of my store and I'm not making you your faggot cake.
Right,
you know
exactly.
What I mean?
No, yeah, and I'm with Steven on this one, you know? We have so many examples of this happening over the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
It's to the point now that anybody who's a baker, God forbid, you know, if you decide that you're going to turn anybody down for any reason, it's going to blow up and you're going to go under, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
So, fuck.
I actually don't know what resulted in this, if this guy's still in business or not. I hope he is. I hope that people would flock to his, you know, his store and support him.
Right.
But I don't think any business owner should be forced at gunpoint to make something that's use their talents and services to make something that they don't agree with. That's ridiculous.
Right. They don't open a business to be told what to do with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're
That's
not
the point of owning your own
socialists.
business, to do what you want and, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Do with it how you will. Now, I grant you, if he was acting the way that Stephen pretend to portray, then in that case they have a total.
They would actually have a case.
They have a case. But if he says, "I respectfully decline," there are 3 other bakeries up the road, 2 miles.
Yeah.
Go ask them.
It's not that big of an inconvenience.
Right, and there's other, I don't
And
know.
I'd probably
We
put.
can't be expected to accommodate literally everybody.
Yeah, I'd probably put money that there have been some couples that have gone in specifically because they know that an owner is of a religious persuasion and they're just trying to cause shit or make.
I can totally see that.
I could see that. That's just it's malicious. It's fucking dumb.
Yes.
Yeah.
We never should have given them marriage. No, I'm just kidding.
Chase, something to say, have you?
Yeah, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
Well,
Chase?
okay, like I said, like you guys were saying, okay, I understand, you're the gay couple and everything like that, and, well, because I'm not gonna sit here and lie. My sister's gay, and you guys, you guys know that, so, and,
I have nothing against gay people.
Yeah, exactly.
Except when they act like that, which isn't the entire community.
And not the entire community, but
it's just a minority,
yeah.
I'd hope.
Yeah, in this scenario, as long as the baker was just cordial about it and he wasn't a complete dick about it, I don't think he's in the wrong. If he doesn't feel if he's not comfortable with making a certain cake or something like that, because whenever we were when I worked at Dairy Queen, there were certain requests that came in for cakes and stuff like that I was I specifically don't feel comfortable making that kind of cake, or we don't have it in our capabilities to make that kind of cake.
Give us some examples.
Like a dick cake or something.
A dick cake. There was if they wanted us to write something on there, where it was okay, but there was some to where it was just I don't feel comfortable writing that kind of a message on a cake that we're gonna be selling.
What was the worst one that you were requested to do?
Let's see. The worst one was probably... It was really dark, more so than anything. It didn't have anything to do with religion or race or anything like that. It was just it was I can't remember exactly what it said, but to paraphrase it, it was more along the lines of, I hate your entire being. I hope you...
Was this a cake to get back at someone? That's what it's.
Yes,
it sounds like a joke, kind of.
No, this was serious. She came in straight face, I need you to put this on a cake, and she looked like she just got hurt. She was just I hate everything about you. I will see you in hell one of these days, and it got real. It got
make
real,
a little icing devil.
It got real dark, and I'm just
I'm pretty dark, but not this dark.
I was I don't feel comfortable putting that on the cake. But if you don't feel comfortable, if it's your establishment and you don't feel comfortable doing something, as long as you're not a dick about it, you can deny somebody.
You can deny someone service.
Yeah, you can deny. But if you're gonna be a dick about it and stuff like that, and they bash you afterwards, I don't have any issue with it. If you completely are just you guys are fucking gay, this, that, and the other, and you're bashing on that, and you're not gonna serve them strictly on that,
right?
Then I can understand the grievances, and I can understand them going after that person. But if they're just I'm sorry, we don't feel comfortable doing this, and they handle it in a professional manner, it is what it is.
Right. I'm glad we're all reasonable people.
Yes.
Anyway.
So God of War 4.
Yeah. What games are you guys looking forward to this year besides God of War and Kingdom Hearts?
There's a couple. The Final Fantasy Dissidia looks pretty fucking good. Mm-hmm. That and Dragon Ball Z Fighters. Those are the two I'm looking forward to. Just because Dragon Ball Z Fighters, I've always been a big fan of Dragon Ball. So anytime I get any kind of game like this, it's pretty awesome. But this one is the first kind of arcade style since Budokai 3.
Right.
And
Xenoverse 2 kind of was a letdown to me.
It was like the free roam stuff is just kind of played out sometimes. Like honestly, if we had it like it was Budokai 3, Budokai 3 is arguably one of the best Dragon Ball Z games ever made.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just 2D, but it was one of the best ones ever.
Well, I thought Budokai was 3D.
Budokai was 3D, but it was like
It was like on a 2D plane.
They all were, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like 2D plane. You could only
Yeah.
move like left, right, up and down every now and then.
But
But
They had a massive cast on that
Yeah.
game too.
Yeah.
They're like every character fucking ever.
yeah, it was pretty fucking sweet. So, like, for this one, it looks so clean. The character design looks
It
so
looks
good.
hand drawn almost.
Yeah. It looks amazing. I heard the soundtrack on it. The soundtrack's pretty good. And it has a pretty decent storyline to it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually pretty excited about it. And they have room to add expandable characters and stuff like that. Like,
Gee.
Have you seen the Easter eggs between some of the characters?
Yes. The
Like where
the
Trump
Nappa.
fucks up like Frieza?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say the Nappa versus Yamcha one, where he
Yes.
pulls out a Cyberman and it kills him. And
Yes.
he makes his famous crater pose. Where
oh
he's
my
like,
god. Yes. Yes. It's so
It's
perfect.
a nice touch.
Like whoever designed this game, like they were making it for the people. I was so
Yes.
hyped when this got announced last year at E3. Was it E3 that this got announced at?
Probably.
Yeah, last year when they announced this at E3, I was so hyped for this game and I was like pumped for it.
You, Steven, do you have any games that you're looking forward to?
You named them.
Yeah,
I'm just waiting.
those are the only two that I know of that I'm really excited
Right.
for. I'm hoping that they come out with a new Halo, because
It's-
it's
well,
it's,
you really
it's,
think they're going to, though?
it's usually 2 years in between.
3.
3?
01, 04, 07.
When did 5 come out?
4 came out in 2012 because I was a freshman in college.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next one was 2015.
Okay, so it would be 3
It
years.
is 3 years like clockwork
Okay,
between both Bungie and 343. So if it's going to happen, it is this year.
it's gotta happen.
Now, while we're on this topic, I am still fucking salty that they didn't remaster 3.
It was.
Whether or not it's a mood point and whether or not it adds anything to the series, they did it for both 1 and 2.
Yeah, but
and
those
3 was arguably my favorite.
That was a big. Oh my god, no.
Yes.
That was a bigger gap in technologic, like graphics and shit.
Yeah.
Those were original Xbox. 3 was. I mean, it still looks decent. 1.
One was alright.
For an original Xbox game,
Yeah.
it doesn't really hold
It was
up.
the console, like, seller.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the only game that fucking Xbox had.
Well, it was an
besides
Xbox
KOTOR
exclusive. Like,
Yeah.
and Ninja Gaiden.
like if they like, you gotta think if that was on PlayStation 4 too. Like, would it really be like?
It looked a little better.
Not much, but yes.
Let's do a Halo 4 remake. Just skip through 3.
I'd be so mad.
Let's just do 5.
I'd be chucking Molotovs.
5 was the best.
Dude, I remember in college we would have like it was freshman year when 4 came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we had a what was it called? We had the lounge down the hall, like where all of our rooms.
System Lincoln.
Dude, we didn't even system link. We just set up an Xbox in there. We had 2 TVs and we would play online together.
Mm-hmm.
But like we'd have 2 on this Xbox, 2 on this Xbox, and just team battle like a whole bunch of.
dude.
It was so much fun. We would fuck people up,
Yeah.
or get fucked up in my. I was not that great at Halo. I was decent, but
I was horrible at Halo.
I
I
got.
used to get so pissed.
Me and Dylan wrecked at fucking Halo.
Yeah,
I was
so...
I got fucking perfections multiple times on Reach.
I
That's
just.
my shit.
It got to the point.
Shoddy snipes, dude. That's where it's at.
It just got to the point to where I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try and get assassinations all game.
See, that's what I was going for, but I was in Zach's boat. So Halo 4 came out, and I met some people at college, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna have a game night."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "All right." So I spent a week building maps specifically for this event,
Ooh.
and then I showed up, set up my Xbox, and there was like 20 of us there.
Uh-huh.
So we had like 4 TVs going. Oh my god, was it great!
Dude, I miss nights like that where you would just like get the squad together, just like have a
Yep.
bunch of system links and
That's what
Man
Zach and I were
Nights.
talking about, though. Like, with God of War, like, we should just... seriously, we should just, like, cut out time.
Yeah.
Get
Cut
the
out a
game
whole day
and
and
just
just fucking
blast it.
destroy it.
I mean, yeah, we could. Hell,
I'd fucking do it.
That's one of my favorite
Comes
game
out on a Friday.
franchises.
Yeah.
What
You
is
guys
this?
could come down to my. You guys could come down to my
Holy
place.
shit! That
Dude,
is the.
Chase can make chicken for us.
I just realized that is the second to last Friday I ever have of college.
Nice.
The Friday after that, I am done with college.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. About time you caught up.
You'll be caught up when your name starts with Doctor.
I will never call you doctor. Pharmacists aren't real doctors.
Yeah, go ask any physician if that's true.
Do surgery on me.
Okay, you might die, but it'll happen.
I'm still not gonna call you doctor. I'm just
I
gonna.
don't expect any of you to.
Well, if I do, it's gonna be followed by
We'll call him-
dipshit.
Chase will only call you doctor in bed.
He'll call me
Faggot.
Dr. Dingy.
Dr. Faggot.
No, I'll call you
Paging Dr. Dingy!
paging doctor dipshit.
Dr. Dingy is more of a doctor. And he isn't even real.
Chase, I'll remember that when you need your Viagra in like a week.
I'm pretty good in that department.
Chase can only
Name
get it
someone
up
else.
when he's in a pool.
Of blood.
Ew.
Earning the Red Wings.
Ah.
Okay.
Ugh.
What are your guys' predictions of what will happen this year? How many mass shootings do you think will
Well, we're already up to 3.
Not this year.
Yeah.
There's at least 2.
Yeah.
We're a
Where?
month in.
There was one in Kentucky, was it? And then
One in Texas, I think.
Yeah.
Like
The church one?
No, that was last year.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is high schools we're talking
yeah,
about.
this.
I heard about the high school one.
Yeah, there was a girl. I'm pretty sure there was.
I'm pretty sure only 2 people died there. I don't consider that a mass shooting.
2 people died, and then like 17 others got injured, and then there was another mass shooting after that.
I feel it at least has to have 5 to qualify as a mass shooting.
5 what?
And
5.
5 deaths.
Okay.
And in the statistics, though, it's like more than 2 people count as a mass shooting. I'm like, that's
Well,
why the statistics look so fucking bad. Because you're boosting them.
I mean, I feel like a shooting is a shooting regardless. I don't think like
It's a shooting, but not a mass shooting.
It's because this is like one of Zach's pastimes. He
Yeah.
gets real
Yeah,
riled up
mass
when people try
shootings,
and do
yeah.
this.
yeah.
I'm all about the bump stocks. You guys know that.
Oh, I
shit.
know it.
I put them on my nukes.
There's a reason I got you some for Christmas.
Ooh.
I'm a good son, Daddy, love me.
Never.
You bitch.
Uh-oh.
Oh, party's over.
Uh-oh.
Party's over.
Oh, she actually left.
Oh,
Wow, that actually worked.
I'm impressed.
Nice Bob Ross shirt.
Nice. I was Black Bob
Ross
Ross
the
once.
boss.
What?
I was Black Bob Ross once.
I heard that one. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Damn.
Emily, how many times has Steven sexually harassed you?
In the last minute.
Oh god.
Since you've arrived. You need to Aziz Ansari that
He's
bitch.
got some microaggressions going
Yeah.
on. Look at those Mexican eyes.
Okay, that
They're very shifty.
Okay, that reminds me real quick. I think before we
The
decide-
shifty Mexican eyes remind you
Yes.
of
No,
something.
no, the sexual harassment thing. Okay,
Okay.
so when I was in college,
You were sexually harassed.
no, like
He was sexually
we
harassed
had like
multiple times.
He
we
was
had
the sexual harasser.
well, yes, and yes.
yes to all.
We had like an assembly for all the athletes that concerned like sexual harassment
Harassment.
or like getting consent or whatever. And they compared in the video they showed us. It was like compare asking if they want to have sex to giving them tea.
to giving them tea.
Tea.
Would you
Yeah.
like some sex, madam?
No, like
Yes,
I have.
Another cup.
please. This drink, I like it. Another.
But like I can pull up the video on YouTube, but it's just like weird. It's just like it'd be stuff like, you know what? If they're sleeping, don't give them tea. They might think they want tea.
Pour
might-
tea on them.
They might drown.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
Waterboard them with tea.
It's this weird video, but I remember we were just sitting there laughing at it, just like, okay, why is this fucking relevant? But I'll show you guys the video after we're done with this. But
Okay.
I had
Were
to-
tea bags involved at all?
Was Gina there?
no,
She
and
produced
no.
it.
Ah. I had to do something similar. Only it was like an interactive online training session.
It was a VR.
It took like 45 minutes, and the reason it took that long was because there was like examples from people who had gone through certain scenarios, and then you had to like take this pre-test. And then
I actually took that one too.
Post-test.
I actually took that one too.
Wow.
But I do got one question for you.
Do you know Duet?
Do you know Duet?
Yeah, I knew to wait. I looked up the answers on Google. It was there.
Google Books?
Yes,
Yeah.
Google Books had the fucking answers.
Yeah.
To the thing.
Well, because everybody's fucking taking that damn... You have to take that for work, right?
No.
Wait, what would you have to take that for?
School. I could not register
It was
for
court-ordered.
spring semester classes.
After all the
without
allegations
doing it.
against
I was working on campus, and I had to take that class if I wanted to be able to work on campus.
I never had to do anything like that.
That's because you went to a rinky-dink school.
Not really.
Yeah, no, it's... My school's fucking in the worst state in the
Oh, it
union.
was Ivy League. Yeah, Illinois is awful.
Yeah.
Even people in Illinois hate Illinois.
Yeah, I know. I've met them.
What? Oh, no. The final thing that we were going to talk about was what are your predictions for this year?
And I asked in what regard?
Okay.
Anyone that you want. Political,
Uh,
I don't know.
I think Trump's gonna get on air with a fidget spinner and then start throwing them at people like shuriken.
Yeah, while he's in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Have you seen the video where he's handing out paper towels? And he's like throwing them into the crowd. It's pretty
Jaden
funny.
Smith will be a next senator of someplace.
Jaden Smith is like a troglodyte.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, you see our president, so it's not.
I'm
it's
aware.
Not, it's not out of the ordinary.
I am aware.
He's doing a banner job and you know it.
I want to know what goes through Will Smith's head on the reg. Like,
I should have had that abortion.
yeah, that's probably his first thought every day. No, but like, does he wake up and say, I am actually proud of my son, or does he wake up and say, what the fuck did I ruin my film career for?
It's probably a mix of both. Well, I mean, Will Smith didn't ruin his career. Fuck.
Yeah, he's
like,
still doing good.
Yeah, like he can get a role no problem. Like he probably has people begging him for roles.
What was the last movie he did?
You're
Like, just
begging.
not to be a dick.
After
What?
Earth.
No.
I don't remember what it was.
It wasn't. It was either Concussion.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
either that.
He's done a bunch of like bullshit
was,
feel-good movies.
He was in Concussion. He was in that one movie about his daughter dying, and like he had all those people visiting him.
I don't even remember that.
It was like Death, Future Past, and stuff like. I can't remember the name.
X-Men: Days of Future Past.
He was in Suicide Squad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that movie was okay.
Yeah.
It was alright.
It wasn't nearly as bad as people made it out to be.
No, but it wasn't that.
It wasn't.
good.
It had a lot of plot holes. It was entertaining,
Yeah.
but it didn't hold up logic-wise.
Well,
Like
I mean,
Star Wars Episode 8.
it is DC, so
Yeah, that's true.
most of DC. Okay, you gotta admit, most of DC's superhero movies haven't been the greatest up until recently.
Wonder Woman.
Up until recently.
Wonder Woman was good.
Like
That's about
fucking
it.
Batman versus Superman. What's
Not
their saving?
nearly as bad as people said.
Okay, what
Not
was
nearly.
this? Doesn't make sense to me though. Like, oh, your mom has the same name as my mom.
It's all
Okay,
good.
our beef is completely settled.
Well,
that
no,
didn't make
it,
sense.
It made him, at least like stop and think about things. It halted him.
But that still doesn't make sense to me. Like, why it just completely, like, stopped the conflict between them two. That's number one. Number two, the main villain, nobody saw that coming at all. Like,
Lex?
not Lex.
Doomsday?
Doomsday. Yeah, nobody saw fucking Doomsday coming as the villain.
How would they?
Like, I feel like
Like the characters or the audience? What are you saying?
anybody. I don't think anybody saw Doomsday coming as the fucking villain of that movie.
He's in the previews.
Like, it doesn't make sense how he got there. Like, it's just like, boop, boop,
They
Doomsday's no.
used Kryptonian DNA and mixed it with a human.
So you're telling me, chronologically, the entire movie, that Doomsday made sense to enter in the fray at that point?
It was like a super weapon used by Lex.
I disagree still. I don't think that
it made sense.
Not
I
to-
like Lex, their portrayal of Lex, but I thought it made sense.
I just didn't like the movie the way it was. I liked it, but I didn't like it. Like, I left the movie saying I don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
So it was okay, but I didn't like how it flowed. It just didn't make sense.
Yeah,
On top of that, it had too many different storylines going on all
It
together.
They're trying to play catch up with Marvel, and they just aren't taking their time.
Yeah, like the fucking... Like, it would jump from this story, then jump to this story. Now they're back in the past. Well, now they're in the future somehow through a dream. And now this is happening, and now that's happening. Now they're introducing all the other members of the Justice League who they're going to find. Now they're fighting Doomsday.
Yeah, it's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, so, like, it just didn't flow well for me. Like, it was a decent movie, but it wasn't good, in my opinion.
I was disappointed by the villain of Justice League. No one cares about fucking Steppenwolf. I had never even heard of Steppenwolf. They should have just done Darkseid and been done with it.
They're saving Darkseid like they saved,
Thanos.
yeah.
But I don't want them to. There's so many DC villains that they can face.
I mean, they'll probably do it in, like, their individual movies. Like, they'll probably do Black Manta for,
Aquaman.
yeah, for Aquaman. And then, Gorilla Grodd for somebody.
Who though?
Wonder Woman.
Either-
I think that's Wonder Woman's. Is
Well,
that Wonder Woman or
He
Flash?
was in the Flash.
He was in The Flash. He was also in Superman.
Oh.
Gorilla
He's in a
Grodd-
crossover.
Gorilla Grodd is like one of the better villains in the DC universe.
I guess. I don't know. Outside of Batman and Superman, they really don't have many good villains. Because you got like Brainiac, you got all Batmans are solid. You got who's Reverse Superman? Bizarro.
Yeah.
General Zod.
Well, he's already taken out of the fray, so.
Yeah, Zod.
And technically, Doomsday's probably not dead. He's probably just.
Oh, they're not bringing Doomsday back. No way.
They wouldn't, but just like.
He was so poorly received anyway. Like, there's no way.
No.
There's a reason for that, Zach.
I thought he was alright.
Your opinion was wrong, Zach.
Oh.
You're bad and you should feel bad.
Yes.
Sure.
Stop playing footsies with me, Dylan.
No.
Okay.
Emily, what do you feel? How do you feel about the couple in California that had the 13 kids in their basement?
We're back to this shit.
We're coming full circle.
So do you know about it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I know most of it.
How much do you think these people were inspired by Mike? First off,
Oh, completely, 100%.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad we're in agreement.
what do you think about the guy's haircut?
Because that's the important fact.
This is the most important part.
I was very confused. I don't know what really to say about
We need
it.
you
Yeah,
to explain this.
It didn't
Okay.
change forever. It's the same
He's had the same
length
since
for
he was a child.
Yeah.
So I related. Have you seen The Shining?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like Danny Torrance
Oh my god.
/ Will Byers from Stranger
Oh my
Things.
god. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Steven, you get the final thing for our podcast.
What's that?
How do you think this year will end? Where will things stand?
How it'll end?
Yes. What's a major event that will happen? Nuclear war with North Korea?
Well, you heard about like the someone was telling me today that like, because I obviously I didn't hear anything about it, but I guess Trump is screwing around with Israel and Palestine or
It
something.
was like a month ago.
Huh?
It was like a month ago.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even hear.
It's a good move.
Yeah. You think something's gonna come of that?
I think something's been going since
1949.
thousands of years
I know
ago.
that, but like, do you think something's gonna blow up?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like
I feel
don't wanna sit there and
like
say
we're
that something-
we're better supporting Israel than Palestine in any case.
Right.
Obama. By the way, I learned this recently. Obama gave $400 million to Hamas during his presidency.
Yeah.
He was trying to do like an enemy of my enemy kind of deal. Dumb. Give money to terrorists.
Hashtag
yeet.
Hashtag 9/11.
Anyway, no, I don't think anything nuclear is gonna happen. I saw that North Korea is actually combining with South Korea for the Olympics, which is
Really?
weird. I would never would have guessed that.
No.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's very strange.
Okay, did you... So, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. There was a North Korean soldier
Yes.
who tried to defect.
I
He
saw
was
that.
walked back across the border
No.
with an American escort. An American soldier held his hand and gave him back to North Korea.
No.
It's not the same guy you're thinking of.
The guy that was shot like 7 times?
Yeah, not that guy. I'm pretty positive it's not the same guy. But yes, I recently saw an article where there was a dude who tried to escape, and we gave him back.
Damn.
That guy's fucking dead.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's 100%. I didn't hear about that.
Why would they just toss him back?
I don't know what the reasoning
Oh.
was.
Think of all the information they could have got from him.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
I don't think there's much that we don't know about North Korea, if we're being honest. They're pretty easy to predict.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw that and was like, there's no fucking
Watch the
way.
world get turned upside down in like 6 months by North Korea.
I'd be highly shocked.
They just...
Oh,
I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I was just saying for irony's sake.
Okay,
Yeah.
if North Korea...
Their fucking tech is like below 1940s US tech.
If North Korea tries fucking anything...
They will be wiped off the face of the
Yes, not only by us, but by our allies. China isn't going to get fucking involved, but if we go first on this ordeal, then China's going to get involved.
Against us, you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because they back
I
North
don't
Korea.
think North Korea is worth that, though. Going
No.
against a world war against the U.S. and all
Yes,
its allies,
okay.
not worth North Korea.
It may not
Think
be.
about economically the amount of wealth they get from all these other nations versus North Korea. What is the best outcome that you could possibly get economically? It's not from North Korea.
No, but it's the destruction of their enemies is what they're going for here. So
See,
okay,
our relations with China are getting better than ever, though.
yes, but they have been backing North Korea for years. How do you think the North Koreans are still alive? They get food from China.
But I think if North Korea was dumb enough to do full-scale war, China wouldn't back them.
No, that's what I'm saying. If the North Koreans start some shit first, China is gonna fully just back away from it and be done, and they're gonna sit it out.
Yeah, they'd probably be neutral.
But if
I
North
agree with that.
If North America, if we try to like strike first, China's totally gonna be like, oh, they're our ally, and we're gonna totally side with them. That's how that shit's gonna go down.
Especially,
I think that's what we're waiting for.
Especially
We're waiting
if
for
it's
them
some
to make a
sneaky
move.
shit too. Like if they try and do some covert op shit, if we go in it like that, then that's definitely gonna set like a domino effect on
Yeah.
everything. Because I could see that being the way they try to go about it, and it blowing up in our face.
Literally. Yeah. I don't know if I could see us nuking North Korea. I think we would just send in like a team and wipe out the entire Kim Jong administration. I don't think we want the death toll of the citizens. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. We'll see.
I've been there. It's a nice city. I'm not kidding.
Pyeongchang?
No, I bet it is.
No, Hiroshima.
Oh. Yeah, it looks a lot better than I did 70 years ago.
Yeah, it does.
Because we rebuilt it.
Yeah, well...
That's why Japan even matters. Because America rebuilt it.
No, they rebuilt a lot of their own shit. We rebuilt Okinawa is what we did.
We gave them a lot of reparations.
We did, but they have made very good use of it on their own terms.
Yes, Nintendo backed them quite a bit.
Gosh.
Here's a final topic we can talk of, since we're talking about fucking world relations and shit. So after Trump moved the embassy to Jerusalem, and all the fucking UN countries spoke out against us and condemned that, what were your thoughts?
So, while
Do you think they should have backed us on that?
who, like the world nations?
Yeah, basically anyone. Any of our allies.
So here's the thing that I have with what's considered modern day Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jewish population that lives there, right?
Yeah. You're an anti-Semite. Let's
We'll get that
start
out
off
of the
with
way.
that.
We'll get that out of the way. No, but for real. The Jews that live there are a group of Jews called Ashkenazi Jews.
Mm-hmm.
They are not the original people from like 3,000 years ago. Okay?
Right.
They
were scattered to the winds.
Yes, but that group of... Okay, if we were to do like an ancestral DNA test, the people living in like Palestine, Saudi Arabia, like, all those surrounding areas, they're more Jewish than the people living in Israel right now.
Right, but Islam doesn't even mention Jerusalem in their holy book once.
No, I'm not getting at that. What I'm getting at is that I'm not sure if backing what's technically not even the original Israeli people is appropriate. Now, am I saying that we should have been condemned by the entire fucking world? No, yes, for other reasons.
Okay, but don't you think that since we originally created Israel with those nations, they should have backed them? And also the fact that Israel is like one of the major powers and allies to the Western nations. Why are we backing Palestine over them when they're like so much more aggressive towards Israel than the other way around?
That I have no answer for.
It makes zero sense.
Because you're right. Because it was a culmination of nations. Ultimately, it was just a freaking... Oh, God, what the fuck is that family's name? I don't know, some big banking...
The Rosenblatts.
No.
The Goldmans? No.
Goldman and Sachs.
Oh shit.
They made their own sovereign nation.
No, I can't think of it.
Saxland.
At this point in time.
Gold Saxland.
The Golden Saxland.
I'll figure it out and get back to you.
What were you even trying to say?
So, the reason that current day Israel exists is because a very powerful banking family that their name is just escaping me for the life of me right now, essentially just said, we're going to set up a new country. And they set up Israel because their original ancestry is Ashkenazi Jew. So they essentially set up their own people with a new country is what they did. God, what the fuck is their name? It's not Rockefeller. It's not Warren.
Carnegie.
No, I'll figure it out.
By that you mean Google will figure it
Google
out.
Books.
Yes, Google's going to remind me because my life is
Was
focused
it
on drugs.
Frank?
Right now. And Frank?
Yeah.
No.
What else was I gonna say here? Steven, what are your thoughts? Give me your expertise on world relations.
The Rothschilds.
Oh, the Rothschilds. Okay.
Yes, those fuckers. So back in the day, back in like the early 1800s, the original Rothschild had 6 sons, and he set each of them up with a bank. And he said, I am going to set my family up for life. That family, in this current day and age, has a state-run and operated bank in almost every country in the world.
I believe it. The Jews run the world.
Yes, they fucking do. Like, that family just in
And the comedy world.
Yeah, well... Adam Sandler's going downhill.
Is he Jewish?
Yes, he's actually Jewish. Do you not fucking know this?
That? No.
You're
Holy
3,
shit.
you're 3 for 3 and you
I
don't know.
should have known that most people in sitcoms are Jewish.
Yes, he is Ashkenazi Jew.
Huh. Interesting.
Yes. So...
Wipe it off the face of the planet!
So, yes, they essentially set up their own country.
My back hurts my high knee.
Alright, little Hitler.
Well, Heller.
I need this Polish boy's desk.
That was from Family Guy.
Yeah, I know. Oh, one other thing I was gonna say. So there's like, what, 200 plus nations in the UN?
Yeah.
You know how much of their budget is paid by America? 28%. How fucked. And they dare to like speak out against us? Suck my cock.
Are you okay? What? What's wrong?
I just thought it was funny.
I don't think so.
Oh man.
So cock.
Suck my cock. No, but like the speech that I forget the chick's name, but she gave a speech on America's behalf to the UN after that, and she was like, "America will remember the day that you stood against us." Basically, she said something
Holy fuck.
like, "We don't need you. You need us. When
Damn.
you call upon us next, don't expect us to come to your aid."
Shit.
Good shit, dude. We let these people come to our fucking nation, to the UN embassy, and talk trash on us and spit in our face, and then give them money and aid. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You're all shit elves. That's a solid way to end it. Shit elves.
Yeah.
Alright. Dude.